please ignore the mess. It's been a rough fucking weekend for me, okay? As you can see, by my garb, I am a Green Bay Packers fan. Not only a Packers fan, oh, fucking Packers owner, baby. And this past Saturday, we, as a seventh seed, made the valiant effort to go into the second seed home, the Chicago Bears. We were in Chicago. Packers Bears, historic rivalry. The third time we see them this season, and we fought to the very end. We didn't give up, and we came up just short. Nope, that's actually not what we fucking did. We fucking folded. We sold. We quite literally sold on every aspect. There's only been twice in my memory where I genuinely crashed out from a Packers game. The first time was the no call versus the Seahawks. I lied. There's three. The first time was the no call versus the Seahawks. The second time was the onside kick snafu versus the Seahawks. And the third time was fucking this Saturday. I damn near almost made a fucking scene in my girlfriend's house. And honestly, the fucking game was just a whole, like, if you wanted to recap the Packers season, this game did that for you. Started off super strong. Things were going well. As soon as shit kind of hit the fan, it just went to fucking blah. The entire first half, things could not have gone more better for us. We were winning like 21-3. They were getting turnovers. They could not score touchdowns. When they made it, for the whole game, damn near, they couldn't score touchdowns. Things were going smooth. We were scoring touchdowns. Jordan Love was dealing. The receivers were catching. Our running game was but we were just moving. And, when you in the playoff game going up 21-3, pretty good. Then the third quarter rolls around, and the Bears made adjustments, as the Bears have a really good coaching staff, and our faithful Packers did absolutely fucking nothing, and they rolled over and got fucked. Long dick missionary style. Just looking at the score, the Bears only scored 3 points in the entire third quarter. In fact, there were only 3 points scored in the third quarter. Going into the fourth, it's 21-6. And then somehow, some way, the fucking Bears turned it around. In that fourth quarter, they're the best team in the fucking league. I truly don't understand the Bears. This is not the first time this has happened. For the first 3 quarters, they play like dog shit. They can't do anything. Caleb Williams looks ass. He'll make a couple good throws. They can't do shit. Then the fourth quarter rolls around, and all of a sudden, they're the greatest fucking team ever. Making all these crazy fucking throws. And kudos to Caleb Williams. He made some fucking plays, but fuck, dude. They fucking turned it on, and we couldn't do anything about it. We couldn't get the same thing. We couldn't get pressure. We couldn't cover. It was just a fucking mess. And even with that, with 6 minutes left, we were up by 11. Matthew Golden, the rookie, finally got his first touchdown. Things are looking fucking hella sparkly, and we're up by 11. There's 6 minutes left. Easy. Just fucking, they can even score, and then we just run the clock out, have a long drive, and we win. Well, guess what? We couldn't do either of those. Even with that, we had 1:43 left in the fourth quarter. We had one timeout. Jordan Love's going to make a play. His Hall of Fame career is going to get started. He's going to prove everyone he's the GOAT. By the way, I don't know if I said this. Jordan Love's having a fucking great game up until this point. People give him the shit. If anyone deserves their flowers, it's him. The other Packers need to throw him a pizza party. 1:43 left, and, eventually we make it. We make it to like the 30 or 40 yard line, I think. We use our timeout, and we sold, and it's gone to one last play, and, it just failed completely. And we lost. And it's one thing that we lost first round, one and done, that sucks. Number two, we choked a huge lead. That always sucks too, but it is what it is. But the third thing, and the thing that makes it just the worst and irk so much, is that it was to the fucking Bears. It's the fucking Bears. I don't care what anybody says. It's the fucking Bears. Why would you be a Bears fan? Like, I can justify being a Jets fan, or a Browns fan, or a Cardinals fan, but it's like the Bears just have they're just gross. I don't know. Maybe that's just, me being a Packers fan saying that, but they're just fucking, they're like, they want to play in fucking Indiana. That's how fucking gross it is. It's in Chicago. So what happened, might you ask? Well, like I hinted to, the Bears, they have a great staff. Obviously, Ben Johnson was an amazing hire. Dennis Allen, too, is a really underrated defensive coordinator. I mean, he kind of sucks. Like, the Bears defense was objectively not good. They just got a lot of turnovers, which is a good thing. But he makes the adjustments. They do things differently. And then for the rest of that second quarter, Jordan Love genuinely barely had time in the pocket. So kudos to the Bears. They did what they had to do. They made plays, all that shit. But let's talk about the Packers. Javon Bullard said it best. Chicago ain't do shit special. Before we get into the individual that I think we're all going to be thinking of right now, let's talk about the other things. Firstly, our O-line could not block. And I know the Packers O-line was super banged up. There's guys out there that don't usually play. But Jordan Morgan's a first round pick. Let me remind you of that. And I mean, he didn't do terrible, but like, that's not how a first round pick should be playing. And again, the Bears don't have this insane defensive line. Like, they got Montez Sweat solid, but like, not that, like, they shouldn't be that good. And saying that their D line was playing better than our offensive line, we did nothing to help Jordan Love out. We didn't, move him around, move the pocket. We just said, stand there and someone will get open, but he can't fucking sit there for more than 10 seconds. He can't sit there for more than 2 seconds. And with that, we genuinely had no run game. Like, a big thing was Josh Jacobs was going to sit these past 2 weeks and hopefully heal up. And he really was not a factor. He needed to be a factor. But even with that, they just didn't really give Emmanuel Wilson that much of a try. In fact, he barely got a try. He got 1 carry. Now, I'm not saying Emmanuel Wilson's better than Josh Jacobs, but, maybe spice it up a bit. See if, the way he runs is differently. We needed to try something different, and we just didn't do that. That's been the issue for the Packers. If you look at all the times they lost, because we did nothing different. And I think that's what the big critique of LaFleur is. He just does nothing different. He doesn't change. He's just not one of those football nerds that does the creative, crazy shit to, change the momentum. Someone like a Ben Johnson. So our O-line was getting banged up and they just were not good together. Our running game was horrendous. And then that second half, our receivers just could not get open. I mean, it's as simple as it was. They couldn't get open and they were dropping a lot of key balls. Especially in that last drive. There was the Christian Watson drop, which I guess that was, that's a tough throw and kind of a tough angle, but it's more than catchable. And obviously the big one being Jaden Reed. I mean, there's no excuse for him dropping that. And I mean, if he catches that, we're in the red zone or damn near in the red zone with 40 seconds left. I mean, things can go so much differently. And I know, like, drops happen, it's part of the game, but at the same time, these are NFL players and they're getting paid a lot of money. And it sucks when they drop it. But I will say that although they fell off, they made some key plays. Romeo Doubs had a ton of great and very important catches. Jaden Reed had good catches too. And then obviously Matthew Golden. Finally, we saw that Matthew Golden, the reason why we drafted him in the first round. That was a great play. I hope he builds off of that because, God damn it, that would be beautiful. And again, Jordan Love is not to blame. He had a fantastic game. But let's talk about our defense. Just to, rip the Band-Aid off, our defense is fucking terrible. It really put into perspective just how good of a player Micah Parsons is. Because if you look at the defense with Micah Parsons compared to without, it's literally night and day. We had virtually 0 pass rush after Micah Parsons. And I don't think this is necessarily a Jeff Hafley issue. This is just we didn't execute issue. More in particular, a Rashawn Gary / Lucas Van Ness issue. Rashawn Gary, especially online, has gotten a lot of shit. People point out the basketball move where he did absolutely nothing. But this is not a new thing for Rashawn Gary and or Lucas Van Ness. They don't go in the right gap. They try to cut in, do things, and they just run the wrong things. And again, our D-line was really banged up. But, still, it's... it's like now the linebackers were screwed over a lot. Clearly, they just couldn't cover Colston Loveland, and a lot of his big plays were because Colston Loveland's just a better athlete than them. But our secondary, oh man, where can I, where do we start with our secondary? I think everyone and their mother has spoken about Keshawn Nixon, so he's ass, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Carrington Valentine, he's all right, but I mean, he's at least not now cornerback 1 material. Good, very solid though. Could definitely get there. And where the fuck was Trayvon Diggs? He played 1 snap in the first quarter and did absolutely nothing. What the fuck is picking him up? We're not going to use him. Now, yes, you can have your opinion on Diggs and how good he is, but he's better than Nixon. Why is he not out there? We need our our best players out there, and it's nothing. It's just frustrating to see just our defense be so pathetic. And we saw that against the Ravens. We saw that tonight. We saw that against the Bears last time. Now the time you've been waiting for, our favorite player, Brandon McManus, our kicker. Now, obviously, it's not fun to, root for someone to lose their job and all that, but fuck that. Fuck him. I hope he never has a job ever again in his life. First of all, he's set for life. Let's not beat around the bush. At least I would hope he's set for life. If he never plays football again, he should be pretty good. But to miss 2 field goals and an extra point, that's 7 points off the board. And we lost by 4. And this is playoff football. This is when these things really matter. And he fucking sold. He's honestly been selling for pretty much the whole season, or he was hurt for the whole season. Fuck him. Genuinely fuck him. And to go on that, he's genuinely a horrible fucking person. So I don't feel any remorse Fuck that guy. We collapsed. We fucking lost. And the only place to go was up. So I guess what do I think the Packers do from here? When it comes to the draft, they better only draft defensive linemen and offensive linemen. The big thing, though, is the coaching staff. There's going to be a lot of question marks, especially around the head coach, Matt LaFleur. Now, part of me says, time to let him go. We're 3-6 in the playoffs. We've only ever been the 7th seed with Jordan Love. But at the same time, there's not much better out there. Unless we're getting Kurt Signetti or Kirby Smart or Kenny Dillingham, which we're almost certainly not going to get any of them. If anything, let's take advantage of all these coaches that got fired and get some brainiacs in the room. I think Jeff Hafley's a great coordinator. I would love to keep him. I do think he is going to be a head coach somewhere else. But on the offense, there's so many coaches out there. Cliff Kingsbury, I know he's not a head coach, but Cliff Kingsbury, I know. Mike McDaniel from the Dolphins, offensive brainiac. I mean, Brian Dable, like the list goes on and on. I'm sure there's more I just can't think of. Kevin Stefanski, he's going to be head coach. But if we can get one of these absolute brainiac football nerds and just say, hey, go write offensive plays, we're so set. And then we need to do something for special teams. Our special teams has been fucking terrible forever. We might just need to get Devin Hester out of retirement. So yeah, tough day. Hopefully it gets better. But yeah, no matter what, it's always going to be go Pack go, and fuck the Bears.